Okay, we are almost through with this tips on passing that CDL road test. I don't have many points down here, so everyone's doing really good. So let's get back to that when I talked about bad shifting, etc. If you should, all of a sudden you can't get a gear. So many times our students will panic. And all I can say to you is stop. Quickly, look how fast you're going. Oh, going 25 miles an hour. Put the shifter right where 7th gear is. Split her up, right? Right where 7th gear is. Rev it up to about 1,500 RPMs and push it into 7th gear. Think. Don't try to force the issue. Try to stick that shifter every little spot, everywhere. If the examiner sees that, that's not going to go well for you. So before you take a test, think. I said, look, if I run into that issue and I can't get a gear, look what you're doing. If you're going up a hill and also you can't get a gear and you all of a sudden go down to 10 mile an hour, put the splitter down, put it right where 2nd gear is, and keep on a little bit of pressure on it. Might have a little grind. And when you get to about 5-6 miles an hour, it'll fall right into 2nd gear, and then you keep on going and start getting RPMs up and start shifting again. Got to think it through, and this takes practice. How to recover gears. That should be taught at every CDL school to the students, how to recover gears. I do have a couple of videos on that on my channel. I'm Truckin' Steve, CDL instructor. Some videos on that subject. Railroad crossings. You'll have a railroad crossing. If it's on your test, they'll be looking that you stop 15 to 50 feet in front of the white line. And they'll be looking as you proceed through, that you're looking left and right, not shifting gears, going across the tracks. And let's say there's no tracks at all. The examiner may ask you to simulate a crossing of railroad tracks. What would you do? So he may not, but he also may ask you, what would you do crossing railroad tracks? And you'll explain to him. Make sure your window would be rolled down. If there is a track, roll the window down a little bit too so you can hear. You're listening for trains that might be approaching. Okay, I think we already talked about going 5 miles above, 5 miles below the speed limit. And the examiner is going to see if you do go above that, you make a correction. I think we talked about that. Proper speeds entering a curve or when you're making turns. So if you're in high gear and you're afraid to downshift and you just fly, make a left-hand turn, going way above the speed limit that you should be at, because you should have slowed it down, made a couple downshifts. But sometimes students get scared. Oh, I don't want to make a downshift. If you're in a manual, if you're in automatic, you still get the speed into a proper speed to make a turn, even in the automatic. But in a manual, you need to, there's where your downshift's going to come in, and to get into the proper speed. If a car is coming down, that gives you a reason to come to a stop and reset. On highway driving, they can be checking your how you enter and exit the highway. Your following distance, going down the highway, are you on top of vehicles, or do you have a safe 5-7 second space management? If you're on top of a vehicle and you don't back off, those will be points. You don't want that. Also, on the highway, even on a city road, if needed, he's going to be looking at you. Are you checking the mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds? You should be doing that. Your safety stop, once again, turn signals, pulling off the road. If you are in a manual and you finally come to a stop, you put your 4-ways on after you come to a complete stop. Did you get the splitter down? If you forgot, then when it's time that the examiner says, okay, let's pull back out on the road, and you keep on stalling 3-4 times because the splitter's up. You're trying to start in 7th gear, not 2nd gear. Get the splitter down. Think. I've seen only one student that I have failed. And well, I'll give him a chance to, if he makes one mistake, two mistakes. But the third time, that's it. Not going to be sitting there all day as the students stalls. All because the splitter's up. He's trying to start a 7th gear. That doesn't work. And also, once he gets out on the road, does he properly turn his turn signal off when it's time to do so? Or does he use the 4-ways when needed? So also make sure when you do your test you have no accidents, no moving violations. Make sure you follow instructions from the examiner. If you don't understand what the examiner is telling you, sir, would you please repeat, or ma'am, would you please repeat those instructions? I want to be sure that we're on the same page. Don't be afraid. Trying to guess and say, did he tell me to make a right-hand turn at this intersection and you go by it? You're not following instructions. So follow instructions. Make sure you know the state laws. Don't make no violations. Obey all state laws. Don't go through no red lights, stop signs, etc. And make sure you read, once again, make sure you read your state driver's manual. Always yield to pedestrians and other vehicles. Know who has the right of way. Know dangerous acts when you're out there. And the dangerous act, a dangerous situation that you put other people in, examiner say that's a fail. No dangerous acts out there, no violations. Now, go out there and pass that road test. You can do it. Have confidence, trust yourself. You can pass this road test. If you're in an automatic, come on now. You should have enough training in automatic to pass the test in automatic. If you in automatic, it's usually going too fast. Like I said, speeding, running over curves, bad turns, etc. Cutting cars off, etc. That's the only way you're going to fail in automatic. I'm sure there's other ways. I'm sure there's other tips that you can, that people, whoever's watching the video, put it down at the bottom. Okay. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. Tell all your friends about this channel. And I will see you in future videos on Truckin' Steve, CDL Instructor. And on Facebook, CDL Student Training Tips on Facebook.